day, good day, good day. Hey, thanks for joining me. Just in case you're joining me for the very first time, I am your host, the real Brian Glaze Gibbs. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, share, support. I was once the problem. Now what I'm seeking to do in my rightful age is become part of the solution, man. Stopping these kids from picking that brick, throwing at that prison wall for absolutely nothing. Crime doesn't pay. Only thing come fast is trouble. Easy to get into, hard to get out. Hey, get your signed copy of the Beyond Lucky book, the Brian Glaze Gibbs story, a true story of crack, money, murder, and redemption, by emailing me to place your order at Brian, B-R-I-A-N, Gibbs, G-I-B-B-S, 1201 at yahoo.com. If you order your signed copy, I will throw in Straight from the Street, Volume 1, and Straight from the Street, Volume 2, audiobook for free. Okay, let's get straight to it. People keep asking me, do story. They want me to go in flashback. And it's all in here. Y'all want to know about Calvin? You know what I'm saying? Case on. You know, it's all in here. Everything is in this book. But like I said right now, is they want me to speak about it. So, okay, I'm going to speak about it. Okay, who was Calvin Hudson? Calvin Hudson was Kason. Kason and Allah Justice. Guess what? Those guys was like terror on wheel. They was no joke. Nothing nice, nothing to mess with. They was professional stick-up kid, and they would blast you. They would murder you with no problem, no hesitation. And you know what? Like, people don't understand right now, Kason always had a problem because they was from the Indians. They was from the island. And right now, light-skinned brother with that good hair, you know what? So people, when he was coming up, guess what? Before he became Kason, he was having problems. People bullying him, taking advantage of him and his brother, and all light-skinned cat back then. So you know what? Here it is. You got tired of that. You got tired of people bullying you, trying to take advantage of you. You know what? So he got a hold to that big 4-4, and it was on from there. And he became 5%. That's when he became K-Son. But anyway, right now is he wound up dying at the age of 23 years old, man. He died at 23. But before he died, right now is he had a hell of a reputation in those streets. Everybody knew who he was. And you know what? The first time I ever met him was over the phone. And that was through Walter King Tut Johnson, Tut. You know, him and Tut used to hang out together. And I was in Brooklyn House, Rikers Island, between 86 and 87. I was fighting a murder. And right now, when I called Tut one day, he was with Tut. So he got on the phone. He said, oh, man, Glaze, I heard a lot about you, man. Listen, you know, whatever I can do for you, let me know if you need anything done or anything taken care. And I can remember telling that man, listen, if you want to help me, help your majesty. Because all of them was close. Kayshawn, your majesty, and all those guys or whatever. Help him. By helping him, you helping me. And that was it. I didn't hear nothing, see nothing, know nothing about that brother. Okay? I was hearing stories about him and Allah Justice and some of the things they was doing. But you know what? It was no bearing. It was no business of mine. Okay? So look, what wound up happening as time went on. You know, I came home, I got acquitted for that murder. So when I got acquitted for that murder in June of 1987, Kason, he was in. I don't know what he was in for, but he was incarcerated. So when I came home and I was hanging out with Christopher Brothers, when I was hanging out with Big Chris is like 6'3". You know what I'm saying? You know, this cat was in shape. Brother was so strong, he looked like he had muscle in his teeth, had muscle everywhere. But anyway, right now, me and him was hanging out in the Marcy Project, home of Jay-Z. While we was hanging out in Marcy Project, you know what? Here it is. We going from here to there. And he ran into this light-skinned young lady. So he called over. So right now, he kissed her. So once again, when she left, he said, yo, G, you know, he introduced me, said her name is Yolanda. So when she left, he said, yo, that was Kayshawn's ex-girlfriend. And I told Wood, yo, leave her alone. I said, right now, leave her alone. Because right now is, I know Wood was not on the same level as Kayshawn. And I know automatically right now, guess what? When that man get home, they probably, him and that girl probably got some unfinished business. So to me, I'm trying to tell this brother ahead of time. Despite Wood is 6'3", Wood can handle himself, but you can't handle yourself again. No jammy, no gun, no, 4.4, 4.5, 9 milli. You can't handle yourself. So I gave him the best advice. He said, you right, G, I'm going to leave her alone. Okay. Here it is right now with Kayshawn. I didn't even know he came home. But when he came home, and I guess January of 1988, what wound up happening was the day before, probably like a couple of days before, me and Hollywood got into a big beef over, he was talking shit about me or whatever. And like I say, sticks and stone may break our bones, but words should never hurt us. But even back then, back then, I'm like 24. I don't want to hear that. Nigga, you talking about me? I'm your protector. But long story short, so I ran into him. I said, yo, I heard you was popping shit about me. And I just hook up on him. Like, whop. I'm like 5'9", okay? Wood, 6'3", probably like 230, 240. Like I say, I'm hooking off on a whop. And he grabbing me. And I'm talking to him. Yo, I'm spitting in his face. Like, listen, guys, I'm not trying to cap. Wood could have crushed me. Yeah, like I'm 5'9", probably like $150. Wood could have crushed me, literally. But he didn't. Out of whatever, respect, fear, whatever, he didn't. Long story short, right now, I said, look, you know what's going to happen? You're going to need me before I need you. Within a few days later, I came from Queens, came to Brooklyn. Me and Wood brother was my right-hand man at the time. So right now, when I came home to my Cypress headquarters, right now he was staying there. So he was telling me that they got word that Wood got shot. I'm saying, huh? So right now we got in the car. We went to the 75th precinct, couldn't find out nothing. We went to, I think, the 77th, 79th, we couldn't find nothing. We went to the 81st precinct. When we went to the 81st precinct, and right now looking around, asking questions or whatever, it was a young cop, in uniform. Basically say, who y'all talking about, Hollywood? So he said, well, he got shot on this block. So we left the precinct, we went to that block. And we went to Herkimer, where the girl Yolanda lived. And the first thing out of my mouth, why nobody told me that? Kayshawn was home. That's how I knew Kayshawn was home. Because Wood got shot, turned to find out, right now we found out later he was dead, and that's what happened. He was at that girl house. You know what I'm saying? He went to the girl house or whatever. The girl called him over. He went over there. Kayshawn and a couple guys was there, and they was waiting. And basically right now, they got into an argument or whatever when they left the house. They went outside. So once again, Kayshawn and his boys, they were just going to rob him. But Wood is a big cat. And these cats is like midget to him. So from my understanding, Wood started mouthing off and say, basically, if y'all didn't have the gun, I will whip y'all behind or whatever. So he kind of forced them to kill him. And that's what they did. They blasted him. He told them if they put down the gun, he would whip all their ass. And right now, K Muncie gave the order, yo, hit him. And bingo, they shot him and they murdered him. Okay, so his brother came along with this bootleg narrative that it was over some jewelry, that Wood beat that girl for jewelry. No, okay, Wood was not a petty larceny individual. The bottom line is Wood and them was getting dope money down out of town. So they was getting paper. So the bottom line is right now, that stuff that he say that Wood, took Kayshawn jewelry from her, that is bull. That's bull, S-H-I-T. I'm calling it like it is. That didn't happen. So anyway, right now was, guess what? The next time I saw Kayshawn, the only time I saw Kayshawn right now was we was in Bed-Stuy. They was going to Bush, Derek Hamilton. His father was murdered allegedly by the Burby Sam and them crew. Okay? So they was coming from wait, and they caught me on the block. And these niggas had me. If I knew right now was, guess what? That, when they came up on me, it was 3 of them. And right now I was on a one-way block. I got my black Volvo decked out. And like I say, I'm like this. These niggas got me. It was Kayshawn, Allah Justice, and another guy. They all 5%er. So right now, they got me. And like I say, I want to run. Because I know these niggas are killers. I couldn't run. So I played. I stayed right there. So when Allah Justice embraced me, he felt the bulletproof vest. When he felt the bulletproof vest, he said, you right. I said, nigga, you know me. I stay right. I'm fronting. I'm scared to death. I'm shitting on myself. Like I said, I'm standing in front of 3 killers. Somebody right now, this young lady that was in my Volvo, she drove off. But somebody else, one of my friends, was like a sister at the time, she's still right there. So right now was, guess what? I'm like, so me and Just, I went into a poker move. I'm fronting. I got my hand right here, playing it. Like I say, so Just felt the best. He said, you right, nigga, I stay right. So anyway, right now, me and Kayshawn got down and stare down contact. I'm looking at him, he looking at me, So Just like, come on, man, you my man, he's my man, y'all got to squash that. Long story short right now was, guess what? I said, okay, cool. I said, I appreciate the fact when I was in and you was with Tut, you asked me if I need anything, you'll help me, you'll take care of it. I appreciate that. I said, I just want to know one thing. Did you kill Wood? So based upon the answer came out of his mouth, the man looked at me in my eyes. This light-skinned nigga with a good hair looked me in my eyes and said, look, if you ever kill somebody, will you tell me? So to me, my answer would have been, no, I didn't do it, whether I did or not. He telling me he did. So he didn't really give a damn or whatever. Long story short, what choice did I have? I ain't had no damn choice. They had me. I didn't have nothing. Only thing I had was my vest. Now, only thing saved me was they left and they called somebody. The person that they called, okay, they told him, yo, man, we had Glaze. So he said, if y'all had Glaze, what happened? He said, it was three of us, and it was just him. He said, what happened? Well, we didn't want to shoot him, then he shoot back and hit one of us. They didn't know I didn't even have a fucking gun. I didn't have nothing or whatever. So they had me cold. But the fact of my reputation and what they thought they had, poof, what happened? They lost. Long story short, what happened? As time went on, Allah just got blasted that night in his face at my Cyprus headquarters. I blasted him in his face. I mess up. I miss on that. But anyway, right now, we went to war. It was like the guards, the 5%er against, the Brian Glaze Gibbs and the Eminem team. So I'm going to read this. A man and woman who the police say was apparently involved in a drug dealing was shot and killed in a Brooklyn housing project last night. Calvin Hudson, 23-year-old, was found. Okay, even with that being said, guys, like I said right now, the dude was only 23. And even right now, people, this shit go deeper than that. Because once again, guess what? Everybody thinking I did it. I didn't do it. I didn't have the asset. After I missed the hit on Allah Justice, guess what? They was on tight security. So right now this man got shot and murdered on May 15th. That's when he got shot and murdered. And only person could have done that is people that knew how he moved. People that he was down with. People that, I wish you didn't trust me so much. That's who did it. Right now, to come to find out right now is to me. And we didn't find out immediately till way, way later. Allah Justice was the one that murdered Kayshawn. So when he got killed, all the 5% is up in an uproar. So here it is right now was King Allah, Kevin No, he came along. And when he came along right now, he said, I know where Glaze live. I know where Glaze at. He said, look, y'all want Glaze, I want Fat Cat. Allah Justice joined forces with King Allah, because King Allah in jail, he can't do shit. So he used Allah Justice to do his dirty work. And Allah Justice used that whole little situation to act like he retaliating on the strip of Kayshawn. But no, folks, it was the 52 fake out. Hey, hit the like button, subscribe, share, support, because part 2 gonna be fire. I am the real Brian Glaze Gibbs. If I can change, anybody can change. One love.